What's up, gamers?
Hello. Oh my god, looks so cute.
Welcome everyone to the first episode of the ISA podcast. This is just something we thought we would try doing, like to, you know, hang out with the community a bit more, talk about stuff, and just not be socially introverted.
Yes.
So, yeah. We're just gonna. So today we're gonna be talking about. Actually, you could see what we're talking about on the bottom of the stream, and you saw the title. So I don't think we need to repeat it. So.
But we're talking about
It's animation sense and criticism.
Yay!
Yay!
Fun stuff. So, I think we'll start off with just talking about how our day was, because we need to introduce everybody and get an idea of like how we've been. Okay.
especially since this is like the first one on ISA where like I've actually talked. So hello, I'm the person who's working on a series too.
So for those of you wondering who is joining me in this glorious content, it's Claire and Candy the puppy, the two other directors on ISA, and our special guest Red Blue 115.
Hello.
Yay!
So
I
let's
make
go.
music videos.
Yes, we
make all sorts of different stuff. I'm planning
Yes.
something very sci-fi. At
And
least it's gonna
I'm-
be like more modern sci-fi, I guess you could say.
And I'm animating weep stuff.
I animate K-pop. Yep, we're a quality channel.
Yep, we're clearly professional.
Yes.
Yes.
We totally
While
know
I-
what we're doing.
While me, I'm a solo animator. I was formerly ISA, but I have to leave because of family issues.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're completely okay with
Family
it.
comes first.
But
Yes.
yet again, my content will still be on my channel. It'll just not be on the Iron Schools channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I'm reading the stream channel at the moment, and then sharply decided to I can't imagine Red Blue making an introduction without weird yelling, "Howdy y'all, I'm Red Blue."
Back from like when we did the Q&A back then.
Back when doing the Q&A when we don't have anything in the channel.
Yeah. when we were just starting out. We were so young back then.
Oh, yes.
How
Really
the
creepy.
times have changed since those days.
Yeah, we're now old people.
Yes.
Oh, wow,
And
there
we
are actually
still
people
and we somehow have content on our channel.
Yes, somehow.
Anywho.
Our podcast is supposed to have music.
Some do, some don't. Like I've listened to quite a few podcasts that don't have music, like the H3 podcast. They don't really have music. So I mean, I do have music. It's just really quiet in the background. Like I didn't want it to I didn't want our voices to be washed out by music. So yeah.
But it's good music, so...
Yeah. Anywho, I think we better get started. So
Yeah.
to get started on our topic, I'm just gonna ask a question, and we're just gonna go around and answer it. So the question is, what is your personal opinion about animation sins, like the channel in general, like their content, not the community around it, but like just their videos?
Should we go alphabetical order?
I
Basically me first.
if you want to go first, sure.
Alright. Okay. So my opinion on it for like animation sins and stuff like that is that there are both good and bad sides to it. The good side is that, it kind of, is like pointing towards the smaller animators or bigger animators or whatever, and saying, hey, these guys make stuff. And then the downside is that, pointing out all the bad stuff, making kind of the environment around animation a lot more critical, which, could be a good thing in some ways, but also a bad thing in other ways. It really just depends.
Yeah. So
Okay, that's it.
so that's your take. Claire, what's your take on animation sins?
I don't really watch their content that much, but from what I can tell, they do like criticism like in the same style as the other Thins videos, right?
Like cinema sins?
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
it's
types of things. At least that's what I think. And I don't know really. I mean,
I
like I'm kind of not care about the content, but at the same time, I felt like it already affected some parts of the animation community
yeah,
in a way or two.
yeah. So
So
my personal take on animation sins, I don't hate their content. I'm willing to watch their videos from time to time, and
yeah,
it's
I
because
agree.
I understand that the channel has an intention. Like they have the intention of like, making content. They're not trying to say they're the best animators around or they're just trying to be jerks. They're just parodying cinema sins and making content basically in the name of fun. That's all it is. And that's my personal opinion about it. A lot of the sins don't make sense, but whenever I see a sin and it doesn't make sense to me, I'm like, wait, that's not what Animation Sins is trying to do. They're not trying to, give off criticism. They're trying to be a satire. They're not a satire, well, more like a parody of Cinema Sins. And they're copying
Yeah,
Cinema Sins' style. So that's
and
just
like
my personal take.
okay, and this kind of one thing between cinema sins and animation sins is that animation sins they are looking at the smaller communities, which in a way like comparing that to a movie that makes millions to just these people in at their desks just having fun, that can definitely vary, which is why it's probably become a pretty big topic.
Yeah.
mhm. All right, can
So,
we?
so Red
What do
Blue,
you think about it, Red Blue?
yeah.
Uh, I never really watched their content. Same reasons of Candy and Claire, but mostly Claire because I never watched their content. But
Hmm.
from what I've heard, yeah, just all that stuff.
Yeah.
You guys keep
Mhm.
on saying you don't watch it. I like binge watch their entire channel over and over again.
Yo.
I'm like one of their biggest fans. They're like, oh yay. You guys are like, what, watch it? And I'm like, oh, okay. Like I'm being all critical, but I'm just trying to state the facts. Don't
Yeah.
want to hurt my, don't want to hurt one of my favorite channels.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, sometimes I usually keep an eye on it, like looking at their channel but not watching their videos. That's what I do. And
Uh,
if my video gets up there, I'm just like, oh no,
so,
oh no.
yeah. Probably should have watched up on Animation Sins before doing a whole podcast on it. I mean, half baked. I can say, without a shadow of a doubt, that all of us have at least watched one video from Animation Sins.
Yeah,
So
at
we
least
we,
one.
we we have an understanding, but like we're not really talking about their content in general in this podcast because I mean, they can make whatever they want. I don't give a darn because
Okay, wait.
their content isn't trying to be harmful. So what we're mostly talking about is like the effect it has on the community unintentionally because um what I've begun to notice, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us can tell this as well, that we're not saying that animation sins started negativity or
Oh
like
no, it
bad
definitely didn't.
criticism in the animation community in general, but we're implying that the
Now people are
community's
smarter.
negative side took that too seriously and added it to their methods of being negative.
Yeah, they
That's
started
kind of like
educating
what we're
the
trying to
people
say.
that like downing the animations. So now the people who are like boo animations, now they have more like now they know what all the special animation stuff is called, and so they can say bad lighting or stuff like that instead of
Yeah,
just bad animation.
yeah, cuz like
Yeah.
I remember like it's probably just me, but like when Animation Sins was like, a great example of like this becoming an issue is where let's take the animation. Okay, so a great example of this happening in general is like back when they were sinning. I know this is I'm trying to stay away from this one channel as much as I can because I'm afraid if I bring it up there's going to be massive controversy in the chat, so I'm going to pull up a completely different topic. I'm going to pull up Minecraft jams. When before like my before the Animation Sins videos, the Minecraft jams was criticized, but like it wasn't really brought into the spotlight. Like
Yeah.
no one really talked about it. But then when Animation Sins started making videos about it, that's when everybody started showering a bunch of like, I wouldn't say like they were like incredibly rude to Minecraft jams, but it did start the conversation about Minecraft jams up again.
Yeah, but
If you
that
didn't notice
basically is just what happens anytime someone's opinion is shared. Basically any area, someone's opinion is shared. Everybody who watches it is like, oh yeah, and then they take on that opinion as well.
Okay, Hepik says, I feel like people take the sins too seriously. Some of the sins are for laughs and some are criticism. The sin counter doesn't matter. If you disagree with the sin being a sin, then ignore it. Yeah, that's kind of the point we're trying to make. The point we're trying to make is that the negative side of the community took the Animation Sins content way too seriously and started a bunch of nonsense all over the place. Like I'm not saying that every animator turns into this, but whenever you post something, like when you post content into like a community, there's going to be that one person that tries to act like they're Animation Sins, and it just feels, it just doesn't, it just feels cringy in a way.
Honestly,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just felt like it's like sometimes some of these like people from the sin stuff
Yeah.
at least or any other type of that content that reviews and other content pretty much they are originally haters but they don't have a reason why to hate such, so they use animation sins or anything similar to attack or maybe like give criticism like in a stupid way. So
yeah.
I think really the problem people have with Animation Sins is the community, not Animation Sins themselves. You aren't responsible for your community's actions unless you straight up tell them to do so. Yeah, I personally agree with that, Half Baked, because like what I've noticed is I'm trying. What I've noticed is that
Man, these
it
these people in the chat are smart.
totally.
Smart people.
What I've noticed is that regardless of Animation Sins being responsible for stuff, so the sorry, my sister came into the room and I had to like tell her
Block
to,
all
like,
the doors.
yes.
go
So, like,
away.
Yeah, so the point we're trying to make is not like Animation Sins like tells their community to go attack people, because like that's basically hate speech, and that's not what Animation Sins is about, and that's certainly not what you want to do on a channel. The problem was the community took it too seriously, and I think mostly the problem arises with the audience, because when Animation Sins like started out, like I think the issue was the audience, because I'm gonna be straight up honest, most people who watch Minecraft animations are children. I'm not trying to offend anyone here, but let's just be honest.
We're all still children though.
Yes. So the point I'm trying to make is like the community, since it is full of impressionable people, it drives them to believe what Animation Sin says.
Let's just be honest. Everybody is extremely impressionable.
I mean, on the internet, that is
Just
pretty
looking
true.
everywhere. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like I've always had my mom tell me, "Don't believe anything you see on the internet." Look what happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Now, when Candy brought up the kid stuff, and then everyone's talking about their age now.
Yeah.
No,
So
we don't need
Yeah.
to talk about age, guys.
yeah.
We're
And
not that
speaking
young.
of like the internet being impressionable, Animation Sins is not the only channel to like have this happen. There's actually another topic that's similar to this that I wanted to bring up. And before I do this, I want to ask you guys a legitimate question, okay? I want you to give your honest opinion. Have you seen Star Wars The Last Jedi?
Yes, I have.
No.
Oh.
Wait, Star
From
Wars
what I've
The Last
heard,
Jedi? Yes.
from what I've heard, from people watching the Last Jedi, it was really bad.
What was your opinion when you saw it, Red Blue?
It was fine. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't.
Yeah, you
watched
don't
it yet,
have
but,
to. You don't have to. You could just say whether you liked it or not.
It was okay for me. It almost felt like The Empire Strikes Back.
Dislike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, one thing I noticed was that when that movie came out and I watched it, I didn't find anything wrong with it. But then, like,
You
when I
watched,
started seeing
Source.
when I started seeing what the internet said about it, and they were saying how much bad there was in it, I started thinking, why did so many people hate this movie? And it started to grow over time where I started hating the movie because I heard nothing but negativity about The Last Jedi online.
I mean, it's not
And-
it's not only The Last Jedi. It's also Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. That also has the negativity stuff too. Because
Plus
nobody
The Force
liked it.
Awakens, which I'm gonna be honest, Force Awakens wasn't even that bad. I thought it was incredible.
I loved Force Awakens. I think it's like one of my favorites because like the outfits are so cool.
Yeah, the movie itself was great,
They
but
just keep
I
it on
think
the
the issue we see on the internet, which like I've noticed this, like I think we've all noticed this, but we can see it most from specific communities that when you hear about a certain type of content negative wise, you start to perceive it as negative, whether you liked it or not.
Mm.
And so it's the same thing with The Last Jedi, and we see it here with the problem with animation sins. It's not the fact that animation sins themselves are intentionally trying to tear down like creators or trying to be mean or send haters their way, but we can see the effects of her videos spreading to their negative fan base and start the echo chamber of negativity, which then
Yeah.
begins to spread to the other animators,
Mm.
which does go crazy after a while. And it's not just with specific channels like MC Jams or even Echo Coaster, as Titanium Cyclone mentioned in the chat. It also even happens on specific videos, like for instance when the Why Did I Say Okie Dokie video Animation Sins made came out, it went, all of the negative comments were so intense that the Stupendium himself had to comment on the original video, the original animation, saying, "Hey, can you stop with the negative comments? It's getting a little too intense. Can we please calm down?"
Oh wait, no, I know what we should do. We
What?
need to do animation wins.
That already exists.
Oh man.
There's like
Aw.
Animation
two
Wins
channels
for the
for
really
animation
small
wins. There's an
channels.
official one that the Animation Sins team is doing. They're actually doing an Animation Wins channel.
What?
And then there's another one started by another person.
Send me the link.
I think it was Hoovian who was doing it. I'm going to find this channel. Hold on. Animation Wins. Okay, let me find the person.
Sorry. I know there's like Animation Critic, but I'm
Yeah,
talking
Animation Critic is alright. He's fun to watch sometimes.
Yeah, like, okay.
I actually
So,
used to write sins for him.
oh, that's cool. Hey, they do exist.
Yeah, and then here's like the official channel. So yeah,
Hey,
they do exist.
They're not just a phantom.
All
Anyways,
their
it's
videos are
actually a
good
thing.
except the darn
Oh
MC
my,
Jams thing. Wait,
oh
yeah.
my god. No animation is without wins, except Psycho Girl.
Yeah. But yeah. So like,
after that,
what
boys.
we've always. So yeah.
No, this
So
one
like,
doesn't get
what I.
missed. Oh, it's
So
not
yeah.
uploading much.
Any. So one thing I have. Oh my god, people are starting to say play Five Nights in Anime again. They're calling back to that stream. Oh my god.
What stream?
I did it once. I did it once. Okay? I'm not doing it again.
Wait. You played
Nani?
Five Nights at Anime before?
Yes.
Oh,
And
was
I'm
it
not
the
playing
one
it
where,
again.
Where like I joined and then right away there was a jump scare and I was like, that is not a normal jump scare.
I played it
That's-
once, and I won't play it again.
I
why.
hope not. That
Yeah,
was
it's an
weird,
actual
just suddenly
thing.
joining a stream, then all of a sudden there's just this thing in your face.
Mild suggestive themes, Jack.
You think?
You should. You
You
should
think?
know better.
Anywho, so the whole, and what I've also noticed is that, what we've come to find out, what kind of makes this problem a little bit more of an issue, because if it was only this, if it was only the channel just like saying this stuff and then the community being negative, that wouldn't be a problem, because all communities have a toxic side to them. That's just been accepted in general. But what becomes the bigger issue with the community in general is when the criticism begins to blur with the animation sins criticism in quotes.
Yeah,
So,
to where the point where they're just like, the bad animation, because I don't know, but it's just bad.
yeah, and I'm not saying that bad criticism was started by animation sins. It's become more common in their style amongst communities as well. Like, I've started to notice that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, like one point that all animators and people like that should know is that most of us, like basically all of us here, we're just animating for the fun of it. Like for me, it's just a little side thing I get to do because I like telling stories and I like animating and stuff. So whenever people criticize it, I'm like, is there really any need? Because I'm just having fun, and obviously I'm gonna get better over time. But right now, this is just what I can do.
Yeah. Okay, then Half-Baked Animation says, again, there is no way animation sins can fix this. It's their community, not them. Well, I'm not trying to say either that animation sins is responsible for fixing the negative side of their community, because as I already said, every community has a negative side. There's no way around it. That's just a fact of life.
Well, wait.
I mean, there's a way that they can monitor it, but then, again, people don't listen because obvious reasons.
If it was maintainable, I would suggest to animation sins, like maybe putting in their description that this is a parody of Cinema Sins and is not intending to be criticism. Don't send hate towards the original animator. But if that actually, but there would be a problem, because I highly doubt that would actually affect anything.
I have something to say.
Yeah.
Of what Candy said. Well, again, you would animate for fun, but no matter what, you're just going to receive criticism. And because people have a tendency to do that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, block out them haters. Block out them. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're just going to get criticized no matter what.
Yeah, you're always going to be criticized. But the problem is that criticism is not bad. Criticism can be used to make yourself better. What is bad, however, is when you take animation sins and call it criticism, because it's not criticism the majority of the
Yeah.
time. It's nitpicks intending to be jokes. Hooks.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
it's not even if it isn't like entirely jokes, it's still stuff that can help the animator. Because then they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't notice that before, and then they can go fix it, and then the next
Yeah.
time it isn't there. Like for
Yeah.
one thing, if you notice, the animators that they mostly like kind of criticize, their animations have gotten so much better, and I think it might partially have to do with the actual criticism, because then they're kind of taking a deeper look into the actual animations themselves and
Yeah.
pointing out things.
Yeah.
But then it's to the
But
point
there's the
where,
thing, as you mentioned, trying to sift through what are the jokes and what is the actual criticism. That is the main issue with the thing. Is an animation's the reason Echo Coaster is seen as bad? Well,
Not all.
I wouldn't say Animation Sins is purely responsible, because that would be wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, they made a bunch of videos on Echo Coaster, but the problem was not 100% them. The problem was the community being so aggressive about it. Like, remember when does anyone? I don't think anyone was part of any other animation communities. I can't verify this, but I know a lot of people in the chat are. But was anyone in this call like around the time hearing about the Echo Coaster hips joke being thrown around, or no?
No.
No, I wasn't really around this animation or
Oh, I had a
coaster.
feeling. Well,
Yeah,
Echo
I did-
Coaster used to be criticized on Animation Sins for over exaggerating hip movements too much on literally every character. And so, because of that joke on Animation Sins, everybody in the not everybody, but like a good group in the animation community kept on calling out Echo Coaster for over exaggerating hip movements, and he got really sick of it to the point where he had to make a video on his second channel saying, "Hey, please stop this. This is not funny anymore."
Of course, in a way, what they might have been able to do was just make it a bit obvious that it was intended to be a joke.
But that would kind of break the whole theme of Animation
know.
Sins in general, which is
Yeah.
why it's kind of a hard thing to mention. And I
Yeah.
think what has to, I think in the end, the only answer to this entire problem in general is not to tell Animation Sins to stop, because in reality, that's not the problem. They can make content,
it'd be sad if they
the world
stopped.
goes on, that's not the problem. What I think what needs to happen is for the negative side of the community to begin realizing that this isn't criticism. It's jokes.
It's art.
Yeah, it's joking around, making fun videos.
Yeah,
Just for entertainment purposes.
Connecting the community of animators.
Yeah,
No way.
through sending animations, both good and bad. So, the whole intention of it. So yeah, that's probably the main issue with it.
Mm-hmm.
And Donut still wanted me to play Five Nights in Anime.
No.
He's been
Oh.
spamming in chat that I need to play Five Nights in Anime.
No.
Oh no.
He's gonna be. I'm pretty sure he's going to raid. He's gonna raid every single stream that I'm in, saying, "Please play Five Nights in Anime." I can guarantee.
Are we able to block people on YouTube?
I don't want to block him because like.
Because he's a person. And
Titanium, you don't really want to know what Five Nights in Anime is. You really don't. I'm just
You
saying.
shouldn't know about it. It's gonna be like another brain cell that you're gonna lose permanently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sometimes
still
it's
wants
best to just keep that little bit of innocence.
Yeah.
Who is this stool?
Oh, the stool is a buddy of mine.
It's a buddy.
Yeah.
What?
I have buddies too.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
so
holding a cake. I
buddies.
just realized that.
I don't know, like, if it would be. I mean, is it alright to add him? Cause like, I mean, I don't know. Yo, what the?
We don't really accept everyone in the. Whoa! What is that background noise?
Someone is doing something outside. It sounds like a gunshot. I don't even know what the heck is going on.
Maybe they're like banging like some sort of like
No, that
tin
sounds like
can or
either
something.
a gun or fireworks. I don't know.
Animation Sins is
Fireworks on October. Oh yeah, technically Halloween's coming up very soon.
Yeah, I don't know. Yo.
Everyone is just like, Jack is gonna get shot.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yo. Ah. So, anywho, I'm wondering something. Like, this is kind of going off topic on the conversation in general, but like, there's one channel that Animation send like once, and they never targeted again. And I'm actually kind of curious. Why have they not made another video on it on Black Plasma Studios? I'm just wondering.
I was actually just.
I don't know.
Like, they did one video on Animation Life, like, a long time ago, when the channel was much smaller, and they never did another one again.
Maybe they're just like, yo, can you not? And then they're like, okay, bro.
I actually don't know. I'll have to contact
They don't really care about about getting hate comments because
I mean, they
again,
are
they're
kind
a really
of
huge
like...
channel.
Yeah, I don't think Black Plasma Studios would be the kind to go out against another channel for criticism.
Yeah, I don't really think
doubt
so
that.
either. Maybe just a whole bunch of their fans were just like, bro, this is my favorite thing. You can't criticize it.
I mean, yeah, the
Yeah.
BPS community is kind of...
Oh yeah, and
defensive.
of course there's always like the
Happy-
opposite of criticizing, where like they criticize the criticizers.
Yeah. Alright. And Half-Baked has said, like, possibly talking about it anytime. Do you think music videos are getting repetitive or boring with each new video?
Bro,
We could talk about it in the next podcast.
I like.
I mean-
Think about it.
I like
we
original stories, but
do
it's when
that.
you do like Five Nights at Freddy's or like really popular games that it gets kind of annoying. So, but I like the original ones. They're my
To
favorite.
put this, like, idea down to rest, my opinion about the music videos being repetitive and all that is that, yes, I am kind of tired of seeing FNAF animations all over the place, but I will say this. I am always fine with an animator trying to do a new thing with the FNAF story. I'm always up for that. Because if someone can take FNAF and take a new look at it and make it look really amazing in an animation, I am 100% for that. Which is why I like animations like Now Hiring at Freddy's by Enchanted Mob. It doesn't feel like every other animation.
Oh yeah, that one was kind of cool.
Yeah. And then you have stuff like Free Display's Afton Story, which in a way does feel like all the other animations, but there are some differences and they do try new things in the story. Like they take new approaches at it, which makes it fun to watch. So it's that I am tired of just seeing only FNAF and like Bendy and stuff like that come up. But if someone is willing to try something new, I'm up for it. I don't mind seeing something fresh and different.
I've been wanting to try something new, but like I'm terrible at making music, so I can't. So I'm just like, oh man. So yeah, that's my thing.
So
Has anybody else thought of making kind of music videos other than Claire? How about people in the stream? Have you guys ever wanted like kind of to make videos yourself that are music related?
like making music videos? Well,
Yeah, making original music videos actually.
original
Taking
music.
an original approach of it.
produce your own music?
No, like make your own theme,
Yeah.
original theme.
Oh,
Yeah, like,
not
I
like
was-
based off
I
of
was-
FNAF or something.
Yeah, it's not
Well,
random based.
Claire's done it, and Super Blue did it, and I kind of did it, but I didn't really finish it.
Yeah, I was just
Dang it.
thinking of doing
Twice,
stuff
actually.
that like go along
My problem with the music videos is that they always follow the same or similar pattern and always the same game. Like FNAF always follows after killing the children and or getting attacked by them. Well, not every animation is like that. Some use that as a plot element, hint, but some animations use it like in different ways. Like for instance, the It's Me animation that came out just today wasn't based off of just Afton killing the kids. It was based more off of like the ordeal of like Afton becoming Springtrap and stuff like that.
Okay, one thing I want to say.
Ignore my parents in the background. They're watching football.
I want to say something real quick. So
Yes.
basically, if you think about FNAF having these complete storyline, and then we have other stuff like Doki Doki or Baldi, the FNAF stuff still gets like really skyrocketed because I don't know why.
Just FNAF.
But somehow they did, but like with Baldi or Doki Doki or Bendy, I think Bendy's kind of the same as FNAF, but not as much as FNAF.
Yeah, it's funny because like
Are you even talking about animation citizen criticism?
we kind of decided to go off topic because we kind of ran out of
We're
things
talking
to talk
about original
animation.
stuff now.
Yay!
Yay! We ran out of
What I
topic.
find funny is that any other game that blew up in the Minecraft animation community, aside from FNAF, kind of died over time. Like, Bendy isn't really animated anymore. Baldi died, like, within a few months.
Mm-hmm.
And, all that's left now is DDLC. Like, DDLC is starting to come back up again.
But they're going pretty slow.
Yeah, it's kind of slow, but FNAF is still really strong somehow.
They're, like, skyrocketing, like, yeet.
Yeah.
We're totally original,
which is kind of
we still
sad
follow the same thing.
Which, to me, is kind of sad, because I kind of would like to see other games combined with Minecraft get popular. Because that could add a lot of diversity into the community, and there are a lot of songs for a variety of different games out there that people can animate.
Such as Hightail.
Hightail, Super Smash Brothers, Zelda.
Well, combining
Fortnite.
Hightail and Minecraft is basically.
Oh no.
Red Blue, don't do Fortnite. I'm kidding. Okay, if you want to animate Fortnite, I don't give a darn.
No, I never would.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, if you wanted to, sure. I'd find it cool if something new became popular instead of music videos. I mean, oh, sorry.
I like the idea of music videos being used to tell a story instead of simply gain popularity. Like, that was kind of the main reason.
Yeah, I was trying to do that way back home, but I didn't execute it properly.
Yeah. I'd find it cool if something new became popular instead of music videos. Well, normal animations are still kind of popular. It's just that making something completely original, like your own little series or something like that, has only really been mastered by a couple channels.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, BPS doing their stuff, Mr. Funge Monkey doing his own style of comedy, we have Element Animation doing Villager News. Very few channels that don't do music videos actually do really well, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on. I think we're going off topic. I was out of what the heck.
I mean, that's the point of a podcast, to go off tangent.
Can we like go back to criticism real quick, because I have I was saying in it besides talking about animation.
You can bring it up.
Criticism in general. Sometimes if from my experience myself, every time I post animations nowadays, posted in different Discord servers, I get criticism, and I'm completely okay with it. But sometimes it's there's one time where I post a joke animation of me and Jack being all anime and stuff.
Oh yeah, Clary ejected.
That one. Yeah, that
you should go watch it, by the way. It is the best content in all of YouTube.
Yeah, the subtitles are actually very accurate, so please watch it.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden in one Discord server I got a huge paragraph of criticism. You should use rigs. You should use race rigs. The transitions are weird, and then like, dude,
Yeah.
calm down.
I
It's just a joke
remember
animation.
you. I
Because sometimes they
remember. I remember you mentioning that to me at one point. Like someone criticizing your content for like
they don't see the
criticizing your
context
joke
on
animation.
why I make it. So
Yeah. I mean,
If
it kind of ruins
if-
the point.
yeah.
Can I just, yeah. Can I say something?
Yes.
You know that Halloween animation that I've made. I don't know if Jack watched it, so
I watched it.
recently.
I really liked
Okay.
it.
Yeah, like that animation too. It was made for casualness
Yeah.
or doodles or casualness. I mean, yeah. Another reason is lack of time because I just wanted that like before October 31st.
Yeah.
Like so far, I have not received criticism because I've made my point first at the beginning of the video. Because yeah, saying, "Oh, I know the criticism already," and no, I don't need any more criticism anymore because there are some parts I already know,
Yeah.
and this is only a casual animation.
Yeah.
And so far,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's like the strategy most like smaller animators are using most of the day. Like even me.
Like,
Yeah, they
that we
just
are
add a
aware of the
disclaimer.
issues. We don't
You
need.
know, people.
We don't need to be pointed out this stuff. That's basically what they're saying.
Yeah, people don't tend to beat up people who already beat up themselves.
Which
yeah.
kind of has a positive and a negative. The positive is
Yeah.
you're basically saying, I don't want to receive any criticism, and it won't come your way. The negative is you won't receive criticism on things you actually didn't know about.
Yeah.
Which is why I like to say this. It's always good to surround yourself with other really talented animators so they can help you point out stuff that you wouldn't see in a more positive light.
Well,
Which-
not all animators are positive.
Yeah, true. Which is why friends are useful. I know.
Which is why I don't post animations in the BPS server. Except if there are BPS call up injuries and I post them, but
Yeah.
all my other animations.
Speaking of animation sins, I think we got an answer for my BPS question I asked earlier. Apparently, Noodle asked Examination Zach why they stopped sending BPS, and Zach said, "I don't watch BPS, so I don't send what I don't watch." Okay.
Ah.
Okay. So
So basically,
I mean,
they
it
don't
kind of
watch
makes sense.
BTS.
It kind of makes sense. Like, which is kind of why they stopped sending people like Ranimator. Like, they don't send them as often.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that makes
Also,
sense.
I could just imagine if they do sin.
BPS, like how defensive the community is.
BPS,
Like the
everybody
BPS
from
community, I'll give them this. They're very defensive, which is surprising.
Yes, oh my god, you have no idea.
Like they are defensive about the BPS animations.
Hey, I used to be one of those people. Someone made fun of their rigs. I was like, "How dare you? They're good rigs. I love their rigs."
I know, right?
I used to be that way a little
I
too,
was like,
yeah.
I was like, I don't like the rig, but I cannot say it because people would attack me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Well,
that's,
you already said it, so you're gonna.
that's
get
like
attacked.
mainly.
yeah, I'm gonna get attacked. Let's go.
Let's
Fight
go,
me.
people. We have 13 people watching us. Let's go. So Half-Baked Animation says, music videos have a lot of potential, but everyone seems to be too afraid to break out of the same basic plot and idea that has been overused and is pretty much the only thing used. Well, my opinion of that is that you do have a very valid point. A lot of the FNAF animations and those kind of animations do feel incredibly repetitive.
Also,
But-
music videos are really easy to make
I mean, you're not
in
wrong.
retrospect compared to like something like a series.
Yeah,
I don't know
you're
why, but
you're
whenever
absolutely
I'm-
correct with that.
Well,
I
because
100%
whenever I
agree.
made one, even though it was like a meme one, I was like, man, this is so quick compared to like an actual animation that I made. I don't even know why, but it was just so much quicker.
Yeah.
Just because I just had to make it to some music and then just make it be like, oh, this makes sense.
Yeah. But
And
like,
whereas
not all music videos have to be that way, which is why I like animations like Now Hiring at Freddy's or Angel at the Stage by Enchanted Mob or something like that, because it's different than what we normally see, and it's just fun to watch. Which is why animations like that are more recognizable. Which is why the old animations that the older channels made, like when Enchanted Mob made Join Us for a Bite, that one felt unique and different, and it was so popular, and everybody start and following that style of video because it was something new.
Yeah. But I think it's kind of funny. Have you guys ever seen those like animation stuff where they're like the different animation channels where they make videos, but they're based off FNAF
Yeah.
songs that were made for Five Nights at Freddy's, and you can just kind of tell just by listening to it. You can be like, oh great, this is a Five Nights at Freddy's song, but yet
Yeah.
the video has nothing to do with Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, it was like Blue with Instruments of Cyanide. It was supposed to be a Bendy song, but he made it original. It was
Yeah.
the same thing there.
And,
Which
know,
you can do
those
that.
kind of videos are actually pretty creative,
Yeah.
especially since they're like from people that don't want, or I mean not don't want, just like me, how don't know how to make their own music,
Yeah.
but and then
Um,
use different.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say this. Stool is actually wanting to join because he wants to voice his opinion. I mean, is that okay, or should we?
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, we have another.
We got an uninvented special guest.
Let me introduce the Stool, who is a really good modeler. Works for Free Display, Enchanted Mob, Examination. The lad here, Stool, works for a lot of really cool people, and I'll also welcome Stool to the ISA podcast.
Thank you for bringing me in.
You sound so deep. What the heck? This is the first time I heard your voice. I'm sorry.
Bad girl. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry if I offended you in any way, but I feel like,
If you
oh my
guys
god,
don't know
whoa.
me, sorry. Now you guys
I'm
don't know
sorry.
me. For people in the stream, I work for Examination, 3D Display, and Cubicle Animations.
Yep.
Make assets. So thank you for having me.
So, sir, what have you come to say?
My thing with music videos is since I basically grew up with them, like through 6th grade, I used to be into like original Minecraft songs. And I also used to be really into FNAF. So when I first seen one of Enchanted Mob's stuff, I was like, oh, this is pretty great. So I just followed it. I don't really have a problem with this. That's basically what I grew up on in middle school. So like I really don't have a problem with it, even if it's like the same thing. Cause I love the FNAF story. I love the different takes that people have on it. Like with Andy's video, he did a very different take on it. Since we don't in a lot of Enchanted Mob's videos, we don't see how William After became crazy. We only see him post what made him like that. So I thought it was pretty interesting on the take up that he did.
Yeah, which is what makes it interesting. Yes, it's the same part of the FNAF story, but the different takes people have is what makes the animations feel interesting and enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, and I think kind of following the villain was also pretty cool about that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Because with Andy's thing, he really tries to flesh out William instead of just having him as a crazy person just by natural.
Yeah, which is really good. It's how to flesh out a character a bit more.
Even how to flesh out the story on its own. Since usually in like stories that are really popular, we see how we either get the villain that after they meet the protagonist, or we already set up the villain and then they create the conflict.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting from Andy's part.
My take on people wanting to make FNAF animations, what I've always seemed to notice is that it's what I'm coining the artist's initiative, where they feel like, yes, they're doing something that's been done over and over again, let's have my own take on it. Because let's be honest, you could have one of the crappiest FNAF animations in existence and it would still be popular. I mean, Examinations, they'll keep you running. Look at how many views it has. It has like 3 million views. It was intentionally supposed to be bad as a joke.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just like I think it was just like a joke.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like an April Fool's joke that they made.
Because it looked legit. It looked legit. So I guess that was their own thing. Which I thought was pretty funny. So
yeah, it was supposed to be like a joke for April Fools, but it was so popular, which basically proves my point in saying you can make a FNAF animation and get a ton of views. If you're worried about views,
no matter
just animate
how bad
FNAF.
it is, basically.
That's not, if you're wanting to get views, just animate FNAF. That's not a problem. But what really is what the artist's initiative is where you want to make a FNAF animation, yet you want to feel like it's your own work.
Yeah, I like the artist initiative. When I heard that, I just heard about that just now. But when I thought of that, it's like, say you want to redraw the Mona Lisa,
Mm-hmm.
but you want to make it feel different. You can add whatever you want to it, even though you're even though you're doing something off of the original stuff, like the base storyline. You can still add on to it and make it feel unique in its own right.
Yeah, like you could just draw the Mona Lisa in an anime style if you wanted to,
Yeah,
and
I could bring in,
it would be
no,
based off of the Mona
not only
Lisa, but
that,
it would
but
be different.
yeah, not only with that, but since anime's own culture in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
you could probably bring in some Japanese viewers, and then they could follow you, and then you could show off your own work,
Exactly.
get some more demographics in, and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And I guess that's why Minecraft animations in general are so interesting, because like what I always found interesting is that when you combine two popular fan bases together, it's interesting what kind of smaller sub communities form under that. Like the Minecraft animation community has a side that likes FNAF more, and a side of people that likes the original content more, like BPS. It's like they both like Minecraft animations, but they have two completely different subcultures in general.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like really interesting. Oh my god. Okay, guys. I know this sounds like an off-topic thing, but you know how I said, what if you wanted to make the Mona Lisa in an anime style?
Oh no.
Wait
Oh,
for it. Wait for it.
It actually
Oh.
exists.
Someone literally just Googled that.
Wow.
Sugoi.
Like he was watching the stream and he decided to Google it. Sharpblade, you
Titanium,
son of a
he
gun,
didn't commit-
you are amazing.
Titanium, he didn't commit suicide. He's still alive. I talked to him today. Echo Coaster.
Is no one going to
Says-
talk about how Echo Kirster
Oh,
almost committed?
almost.
Yeah. I
I thought
didn't
you-
really want to talk about it because
I didn't
Animation
know.
Sins already said they're not going to make Echo
They-
Kirster videos anymore. Because
Yeah,
so if the
it's already
issue's
been-
already been resolved, what is the point of bringing it up? I know
Yeah,
it was a
it's-
crazy thing that happened. I know it was bad, but like, I mean, Animation Sins already said they're not going to make any more videos. So, like, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, like no more videos, period?
No. They're gonna keep making Animation Sins
Oh, okay.
videos, but no Animation Sins videos on Echo Coaster.
Okay.
So yeah.
You know, you guys.
I mean, I guess it's kind of good on.
And I keep
Oh,
on
sorry.
thinking Eco Coaster or something like that. Eco Soldier. I don't know.
Eco
it's like-
Soldier?
I think that's
so-
kind of good on their part because at least they know, like, hey, when somebody asks you to stop, can you at least try to respect it?
Yeah.
Maybe. So I thought that was good on their part.
Yeah. It was.
Mm-hmm.
So, aside from that being said,
Yeah.
okay, so since we're on the topic of music videos and producing the same content, here's another interesting question. What if you wanted to animate a specific song, but somebody else already animated that song?
You could
Would
do
you-
whatever you want. That's just that's just my take. Cause
Yeah, it's just their own version of that song.
if as long as you make it feel different and unique, in your own way, it really shouldn't matter what you do at that point. It's just like as long as you have some integrity and be like, yeah, this kind of inspired me, but
Yeah.
I'm still gonna give credit to the original person who did it.
Yeah.
I'd probably still
like,
do that, but then just have really different style.
Yeah,
Just like already said.
kind of like when
Definitely.
Examination animated Follow Me. Like, Free Display already animated Follow Me, like, a long time ago. They even made a remastered version. But Examination decided to animate that song. But instead of, like, doing what Free Display did, they had a completely different storyline in there, which made theirs feel unique. And it was the same thing with me with the Zelda animation on Iron Skulls. I was heavily inspired by Major Link, who created the original idea and concept for the Zelda animation, but I went ahead and did something different, like changed the music style in general, changed the tone, changed the way the characters interact a little. It was the same scene, but it was my own take on it. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much the exact same concept.
And I really think that's kind of an important thing to remember when you're making your own content. that like you can have your own stuff. There's no problem with having your own stuff,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
as long as you make it feel different from people in the community, because no matter what you do, there'll be somebody who's doing either the exact same thing as you
Mm-hmm.
or doing something like you. So it's kind of hard to stand out.
Yeah.
But as long as you do something different, you could have some really great effects
Yeah.
because Seth he wasn't I'm pretty sure he was the first one to do Minecraft enough, but um it just really depends on like what you do because when Seth did his first FNAF video, it was nothing the Minecraft community ever seen before. So
Yeah, exactly. Like Survive the
so
Night was like
so
I
it
don't
helped
think
him
there was
stand out more.
yeah, he was like the pioneer of the Minecraft FNAF animations.
Yeah.
So yeah. How long have we been doing this? Okay, so we've been doing it for almost an hour. Is there anything else anyone wants to chat about?
I honestly don't know.
Chat about Nini?
I just joined to join.
Welcome, Carl, to our cult.
What? I didn't know this. Sorry, guys.
I was playing Mario earlier. You should have heard it.
Mario is
Mario Kart Tour.
No, just Mario.
Did you play
I
like
was in
the
a call
very
with Jack.
version of it
Not
or something?
like maybe
I
a few
played-
hours ago. So
yeah.
Like I have an aunt who has like the very first like black and white version. I was like, wow, this is an old game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
the Minecraft animation, as long as you make it feel different from everybody
Yeah.
else,
Which is why
even if it does follow the same kind of story, I'll still watch it, because
Yeah.
even if it's bad, you at least tried, and you could still learn something more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can still tell the story that you've been wanting to tell, and people can still enjoy it, even the critics. Well, maybe not the
What if
critics,
you-
but at least some people enjoy it.
So, what is your opinion of animating something that's non-advertiser friendly? Like, I don't mean like animating porn, but like animating an animation that contains content that would most likely be demonetized. Like
Just
you,
don't do it.
like you wanted to go the extra mile to just like for the point of the story. Like it adds to the effect of the story, and it's not like
Then-
you're just doing it because
Then
yes.
I mean, if you could avoid it, or like maybe like show a reaction to what's going on
the
that's
original
really not
story.
advertiser friendly off screen, like a reaction of somebody getting stabbed or something, that could work. But if you really want to show the impact of what happens, then yeah, I'd say go for it.
Have
Yeah.
you guys seen the later like kind of animation stuff where there are literally people being killed on camera?
And what's
I'm not
funny
entirely
is like
sure if there
I
is a
love one
team-
of the jokes Animation Sins made, where
Yeah,
like
just
in a
like-
Chen and Mob's animation, people were literally stabbed on screen, and they can still be monetized, but you can be demonetized for one swear word.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like-
like.
Something I really liked with something I really liked with Andy's animation was that it was really edgy. It showed like it was like one of the first FNAF animations to show on-screen death, other than the Follow Me. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that one was.
It was
pretty
even then.
graphic,
Follow
not
Me
gonna
didn't
lie.
show on-screen death. It pretty much just showed like camera cuts of before they got stabbed. So
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
I
gosh,
thought
here we
that
go
was
with
pretty
the.
cool.
Oh gosh, here we go with the Minecraft intros. Oh god, we don't go there.
What?
The Minecraft intros.
They're always
involve-
the same.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't
Dude,
really
have
like
you
Minecraft
seen like the
intros.
other ones that are much more worse?
It's like it's always the same. It's always sword fight, someone gets stabbed, and this cringy dubstep music.
I
With
don't,
this
I don't
incredible
understand Minecraft intros.
with this like
Somebody-
zoom in on the name, and the name is always the same font.
It's not always the same font. It's that the way they zoom it in, and it's
Yeah, you
really
can-
really dizzy.
where
Yeah,
you can't
it's
see
like-
it. You're just like, oh
You
my
know what they
gosh.
say. If someone asks you to do an intro, they'll most likely decline from rules of animating. Yeah.
Do
Oh
any
wait,
of you
and do
got-
you know what's like even worse? Like
What?
you see this like really epic intro and stuff, and then all of a sudden when the actual video comes, it's just this like 6-year-old kid playing Skywars or something.
Yeah,
Yes.
You're like, oh, that kind of got my expectations up.
yeah. And Happy
Really,
makes a
really
point
bad
in
mic.
the chat that I actually agree with. He hates that the Minecraft intros are always really long. I agree with
yeah.
that entirely. I hate intros
Someone said.
that are super
Someone
long.
said when I asked, like they said, Minecraft intros are pretty much like anime intros. Which, if I'm going to watch anime, I'll watch anime. I don't want to watch Minecraft anime.
Hey, my
Yeah, true.
Of course,
True.
I
It's
would
like
watch
so. I
that.
don't even like intros. It's just like I'm just
Yeah,
coming here to watch the video.
Yeah, there are some intros that are good, but like you don't want a massively long intro either. It kind of like discourages people from wanting to watch the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I like the really short ones that are literally just like your name just kind of pops up, maybe your character, and then it just like drops.
Or
and
just
that's
have no intro at all.
Or just have no intro at all.
Yeah.
Because with me, you had to catch my attention the first minute. If it's completely boring or like 30 seconds of just an intro, I'm gonna bounce.
Yep.
Generation Z sure does have a short attention span, doesn't it?
Shut. I don't like to waste my time. So
I like intros like Cubicles, very short and quickly says, "Hey, we made this." Yeah, Cubicles is also really good.
yeah,
like,
we just have a
intro-wise.
short like little bounce intro. I'm pretty
Question.
sure.
Yeah.
Didn't you have an intro too, Jack?
I have an intro, but I barely use it for anything. It was that one intro Skymint made, like, a long time ago, for one of his Q&A videos.
I
It was-
thought of making an intro
Like,
where my own name falls
what was
on my
funny was that,
character, and that's
like-
literally my intro.
Like, Skymint was asking in a Q&A for questions, and I basically asked him as a joke, "Can you make me an intro?" And he actually made one.
That
A
man.
legit one?
He actually did make one. I still have the video file.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me just send it
It
to
also
you,
it also
Claire.
appears in your Valentine's video, right?
Yeah, I used it in the beginning of the Valentine's video, too.
Wait, what?
Yo, who remembers the whack animation?
Oh, yeah, the whack animation. Despite all the memes, it was actually a good animation. I will give it that.
You're just saying
I
that
still
because
ship it.
you're.
No.
I ship it.
No. No.
Why?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh my god, this intro is back when Jack's skin's really bad.
The whack animation
Way
should be
too
Jack's
long.
new intro.
Yes. Because a lot of Minecraft intros, it's either a girl getting sexually harassed and then a guy coming to fight them, and then they get the girl. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
The girl gets sexually harassed.
True. I mean, that does happen a lot in the intros. Half-baked, I will kind of consider having the whack animation be my intro. I might do it for one video as a joke.
Alright, guys, I gotta go
Have it
into
like
a private modeling call. I'll catch you guys in the next podcast,
like
though.
for a certain series.
Bye bye, Kyle.
Goodbye.
Bye. I feel like 3D animators should do storytime videos like 2D animators. That could be fun.
I was actually thinking of doing that, but then like
Same.
Oh,
effort.
I already started.
I mean, I've considered doing that. I've done something almost exactly like it, so it could be fun. It's just that I feel as if I would get bored pretty quickly because I'd actually want to go back and do a real animation.
Yeah, because the animators sometimes.
Effort. Everything is effort.
Funny thing is, I actually started making a video just like that. I just haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
Of course, mine is like I'm the only actual Minecraft animated person. Everyone else is just stick figures, because I don't really want to have to bring in a whole scene and all that kind of stuff. Just for a few, like frames.
I just don't think it fits the atmosphere of a big 3D character moving around as if you blocked it. Well, if you animated it a specific way, it could work.
Yeah, it
Like,
could work.
there is definitely a way to do it, to make it look good. It's just that we don't see a lot of it, and we're not used to it, is the thing.
Yeah. Then we could make it a thing.
Start storytime animations on our channel.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys, let's
Yes.
go.
Come up with this clickbait title, like,
Ah, yes. The time I almost died.
I was
Total
ripped by...
clickbait.
I was ripped
I
by
read-
a boxer.
I met a K-pop idol and almost got killed by their bodyguard.
I say is just.
That one
Let's
time.
see. There was this one time where I don't even know. I got too many moments. Wait, no. Wait. There's this one time where I had almost lucked out there on something. I don't know what, but I cannot remember.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. There's this one time where we were playing frisbee, and then the frisbee almost hit my head, but because of my fast reflexes, I dug down real quickly, and I did not get hurt.
Spider-Man.
Oh.
I thought you could only do that in movies or
Hey,
or
Red
other
Blue, Red Blue.
fictions.
Yeah.
Hapik says you've been plotting in silence during the whole podcast.
Yeah, I'm literally quiet. Thank you very much, Half Baked.
He's just plotting to like find a way to destroy us. His
Yeah.
army of people.
No,
Oh, yeah, he's
army of
super
talents,
friend.
because I lead an empire of talents. Because I'm the talent commander, as you see in my profile picture.
Oh, so we're on
Yes.
the other side? Oh.
Oh, we're the bad guys, guys.
Oh,
You
no.
should do some bad guy
Wait,
stuff.
wait.
Like what? Huh?
I'll be like-
You've only got 3 people, a few assist animators, and I've got an army with weapons. Well, because I do
And-
weapons development and troops. Because I play
I
RTS
feel like
games a lot.
Why? I'd be like,
They're gonna
"Why?"
sell. They are
Hi,
going to
guys,
sell
okay,
tacos
guys.
on Wednesday only. That's true evil. No. That's not even evil. We sell the tacos, but we buy them from Taco Bell first, and then sell those tacos at a higher price.
I like meal
That-
deal.
That's called evil right there.
Yeah, that's like,
Bruh.
you know what's also
That's a
illegal?
complete bruh.
Buying lemonade at Walmart and then selling it at lemonade stands for twice the amount.
That would be
But
like
yes,
if
you
a
could
school
say-
cafeteria
Profit.
like purchased food from like a really good restaurant and then like just dried it to crap and then served it.
You could say I'm scheming something right now. You'll probably do the very first Operia content. Woo!
Hey.
But I won't.
Yay!
Hey.
I want to
but
be
I
a
can't-
ninja in your show. Can you make me a ninja in your show, please?
It's not a show. It's a series. But okay.
Can you make me ninja in your show, please?
I gotta model ninja stars first.
I'm just kidding. You know what?
But here's
I
the
don't like
thing.
ninja stars. They're hard to
Oh,
throw.
okay. One thing. I cannot talk about it because we're just way off topic.
Okay.
That's just part of the point of being on a podcast. We go off topic.
Well, considering the fact that the name of the podcast, which is animation sins and criticism, this has nothing to do with that.
Oh wait.
Well,
let's
if I was
just-
gonna change the title afterwards, it would like we talk about random stuff.
You won't be able to change the video because it says animation and criticism because it's in that video.
Oh, that one.
It does say that in the thumbnail. I just realized.
How about instead we criticize each other just to get back on topic? Haha.
Claire, K-pop sucks.
Oh my God, Jack!
I'm kidding. It was a joke.
Suki is so small to the point I feel like you're a I don't know, you like
Shut-
small people.
Shut up! Shut up!
And that is like
Shut up!
that's really bad for you because if I assume that you're tall and then your girlfriend is small, then you're just pretty much gonna tease her to death, and she won't like it, and she will break up with you, and then you will regret everything.
Oh, okay, you
Well-
said something completely different. I thought you were making something completely different.
No, I'm not making up.
I thought you were making a joke that Natsuki was basically a lolly.
I was about to say that, but demonetization.
I mean, I'm 1 month older than Claire, so yeah. Sorry.
Claire, look in your server. Look at your server in quotes.
Oh no! What am I looking at?
Also, Titanium, I don't have a girlfriend. Not yet, at least.
Ha! Single.
How is DDLC
Fine.
still even a thing? It's not even that fun.
So-
Oh, how is FNAF still a thing? I don't know. It's just trends, and I don't
It's
mean
just-
you don't have to like DDLC. That's not a problem.
It's just Scott talking.
It's just games. Yeah, it's just Scott being Scott.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, it's copying Scott? Wait, what?
It's just Scott Coffin
Scott
being
is
Scott
saying-
Coffin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you said
You know,
Yeah.
for the
you
longest
said
time, I
FNAF
thought
and
he
DDLC.
spelled his name with like actual coffin, Coffin.
Uh,
I was like, man, what a fitting name. I just kind of like, just in my head, I was like, just like imagining him being like, it is my destiny to make this.
yeah.
But no, it's different. And I was like, oh man, there goes the whole prophecy thought. So yeah.
Speaking of criticism,
Speaking
no.
of criticism,
let's talk about Mika Part 2.
Yo, what makes that even funnier is that, do you remember Pixel V, right? He made
Yeah.
he made like an everything wrong with Mika Part 1 way
Oh.
back then. I'm not even kidding. He made that video, and like he asked me if I was okay with him making that, and I said okay. So like it was like it was just him making a funny like animation Sins parody with my animation.
I need to do that with one of your guys' videos, but just choose like the cringiest of all yours.
Oh no, don't
And
pick
say-
mine.
And then say that there's
I
nothing
have a
wrong with it.
Pick Diamond Creeper.
Wait a minute.
Send Diamond Creeper. I want that thing to be sent to oblivion.
Oh wait, what about I do animation wins, but I
But
pick
you-
out like the cringiest of videos.
That would be amazing.
I'm just like,
Like-
the eyebrows are nice, you know, nice
Yeah.
movement there, you know.
That would be so funny. That would be so funny if that actually happened.
That the creeper is blue. Yes, it is definitely blue.
Yes, the floor is made out of floor.
Or like someone just purposely makes a really bad animation, just like, hey, do animations of this.
Half-baked, hold on. I gotta write Mika part 69. I'm still working on that, and then I'm gonna get back to animating part 18. Just hold your horses.
Wait, what is that? Excusez-moi.
What if
What if
someone did?
an
Oh
animation
my
went on
god!
Johnny Johnny?
No,
Oh
no,
no!
no, Oh my
Jack,
gosh!
you need to do that.
Stop.
Jack, yes, Jack, you need to do that.
What? Oh gosh.
Animation wins of Johnny Johnny. You need to do that.
Do an animation wins
Question.
of like
Question.
yes.
How long are you gonna do this podcast for?
We're
Probably
right
not
now
too
just
much
cutting
longer.
out. We'll probably stop in like what, maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Aww.
We can go on a bit longer, but
wait.
like you know.
Oh wait, never mind.
Can you
I'll
play
wait
an
for
adventure
you.
after this? I mean, like, wait, no. So,
Oh wait,
can
guys.
we play an adventure map after this?
I'm
Guys,
wanting
wait,
to
I
get
just-
back, guys. I'm not even kidding. I was like checking any BTTF's live stream earlier, and he's animating Doki Doki Forever 2. He's literally a scene or two ahead of me on layout.
Who?
Andy BTTF.
Well, you're done for it. We'll scrap that project now. Bye.
Just like goes to my file explorer, hit the delete button.
Yes.
Deletes all my teasers of Doki Doki Forever.
Well, yep. Someone already ahead of you.
Even
You
that
should-
quality
that-
meme I made earlier.
I'm just triggering.
But yeah. So after like the podcast is over, I'm gonna be going on like grind mode, and I'm gonna try to get more scenes done. I'm actually doing pretty well.
Good for you.
Aw, you
So,
don't
like,
wanna
I just-
play.
For those of you that are like
Wait, are
thinking
you-
that I'm procrastinating on it. I'm on scene 9 out of 13. So, one scene has been fully animated. A second scene still needs to be worked on, and I have another scene that is getting worked on by Acorn, and I'm actually gonna send another scene out to DJ.
Yeah, tell him, Jack.
Nice.
Yeah, you're using it.
And all the
it's
big
kind of
scene and all the big
animated, so-
scenes that are like really long, that are like 900 frames long.
Meanwhile,
those are
I've
for
just
me.
been making meme videos again.
Yeah, I just send all the scenes to the like assistant animators, and I just make meme animations. Like,
You guys have fun with that.
like I
There's
animate.
this-
Wait,
Diamond Creeper Part 2.
yes,
Damn.
but it's even worse.
Diamond Creeper in space.
Oh no, you're just gonna blow up the whole place and turn it to diamond.
I animate the Eggman. I've kind of make an announcement meme. If you don't know what that is, please look it up. It is the funniest crap ever.
I'm scared now. I don't want to look it up.
It does have language, by the way, so if you're sensitive to language, don't watch. So that you probably won't like a Titanium Cyclone. I'm just
Okay.
saying. I'm saying this for you, Titanium. Because I care about you, buddy.
Aww, care.
See.
Friends.
Also,
Aww.
Sharpblade did another one of my quotes. He's done it
Oh
again.
no.
He's done it.
Yeah, I saw
Where
it.
is it? Where's the
Perfect.
Half
catastrophe?
baked, shut up.
Anybody else notice that I accidentally said catastrophe?
Catastrophe?
Ooh.
Instead of
Catastrophe.
catastrophe.
Push
I
that
said
nowadays.
catastrophe. So yeah, how can we synopsize this entire thing?
So...
Should we end it with
I
like,
thought you were about to say shit.
No.
no, you-
Oh god, we're gonna get this content demonetized, guys.
What have you done, Claire? What have you done?
I was
Claire,
like,
what
I
have you
was-
done?
I was avoiding it so hard with doing that Natsuki joke criticism.
But then you, like...
And then I'm just like, okay, swear word.
Yes.
no swear.
Oh, is Sharpblade doing it again? He's typing in the
no.
quote. He's doing it again!
Oh, no.
Round 3. Oh, he did it again! Yes! Sharpblade is just, we're just gonna have to make a compilation of our best quotes for these podcasts or something. I don't know. Like we would animate the best moments or something.
Hi, I'm going to say the N-word.
Nice.
Numero uno.
No, you.
Yes, that is the real N word.
Yes,
That's the
the
true
best
N-word.
one.
Yeah.
Best N-word ever.
I would definitely credit you if we did that, Sharpblade. I would credit you for collecting all the best quotes.
Yeah. Oh wait, do you think it'd be interesting, since this is the first one, we're still trying to kind of get things figured out? What if at the end of each one we all tried to like challenge each other to do something, a little tiny thing?
Yeah.
Not like
Not
three
like
things per person.
reanimate Diamond Creeper.
Yeah, not like something that big, but something a little bit, just to then kind of that like has to be done or something like that by the next podcast.
I like that. I like that
I'm just
idea
wondering.
actually. What is something we could do?
I just challenge you to make I just dared you to do, remember the animation sin for Johnny?
No.
No.
No. I'm done. I'm done.
Yep, that's all for the podcast, guys. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to Candy. Subscribe to Rebel. Don't subscribe to Jack. And
Not until he makes Johnny one. I'm gonna unsubscribe until you make that video.
Oh, why?
Because you be mean. So mean. And he doesn't want to do Johnny.
Oh, Sharpblade is at it again.
Oh,
Sharpblade is at
Oh,
it
no.
again.
Oh no.
Sharpblade is going to be our official quotes person whenever we do these podcasts.
Yeah, if everyone doesn't get it, then do.
I didn't even notice you said that, Claire. Like, I was coming back putting on my headphones when you said, like, the last part of that. That is funny.
Yeah.
You're basically saying to not sub to me because I have too many subs.
No, I want to. I'm a nice person, but I. The reason why
guys.
you
You're wanting to protect. No. You're wanting to protect everybody from Diamond Creeper. I can respect that.
Yeah, yes.
I can
want to
respect
protect everyone.
that.
Yeah, I want to protect everyone from Diamond Creeper and also Mika Part 2.
Okay, so.
I'm sorry, I want to point that out again.
What? I will admit, Mika Part 2, it's not that great, but Diamond Creeper is definitely my worst.
Can we talk about that April Fool's video that you did?
I remember that. Have any of you guys went to the Prometheus School of Running Away from Things? I took a couple of classes there. Failed on my second because I kept standing still and looking at my phone trying to watch Minecraft animations.
What?
I haven't.
Wait, there's a class where you learn how to run away from things?
The Prometheus School of Running Away from Things.
Nani? Is that someplace in America that I cannot go to? God damn it, guys.
Sort of weird English.
I think they have a campus where you live.
I'm just kidding.
What?
I think. Like, let me check.
I was gonna say American, but I
Me?
couldn't think of it.
Let me just go running away from things.
I'm gonna search the Prometheus School of Running Away from Things.
Wait. Okay. I've never heard of this, so.
Oh, this is not
You
good.
can actually take an online class now that I looked at it.
Oh.
Okay.
I could send you a link.
What is this school, Nani?
So shall we end this with like a kind of just like casual?
Okay,
like,
we
kinda
should.
ending?
What we should do is come up with like a code word. Like, every person should comment this code word. No, wait, not comment it because we're. Oh yeah, we are because we're putting this in a playlist. We should come up with a code word at the end of every video. So like when a person goes into the comments section, and like we see a comment with this exact keyword, we know they watched throughout to the end. Like, yeah, Titanium, the podcast isn't exactly going to be public, but we are going to put it in a playlist. So if you want to go back, you can watch it.
Yeah. So if you want to watch it again and see us like look really bad or sound really bad, then you can check our playlist.
Check our playlist, we're full of cringe.
So you call me cringe, huh, Jack? Jack, so you're saying I'm cringe, huh?
Oh, wait, maybe like,
Yeah?
like as we get like better mics and we get
I
better
mean-
at being not socially awkward, then like we can just compare. Just like look
I mean,
back.
it's kind of revenge
to
for
what
you,
back
for you
then,
trying to call.
and then-
I mean, it's kind of revenge for you trying to call my waifu a lolly.
I didn't say that. I was meant to say
You
that,
were
but the
close
motivation
though.
is the thing.
You were close though.
I was used to doing that though. But I'm not actually doing it. And then you just went out straight up like K-pop sucks, and then I'm like,
No.
I'm
I said
using
the
a
K-pop
visual.
sucks first. You then went on to criticizing me about
I was the one who
Natsuki.
said, "Hey, we should criticize each other real quick."
Yeah, you did. This is when you remember that my current MC username is your waifu is dead.
oh.
Yo, that's too harsh, yo. That's too harsh.
That's technically true if we go through one of the storylines of the
Don't remind me of that. You'll actually give me PTSD.
Meow.
Don't laugh. Don't
I'm
laugh.
just meowing. What are you talking about?
The joke didn't hit well. Rip.
Hey Claire, I
Yo.
dare you. What? I dare you to win a game of Bed Wars.
We've done
Let's
it
go.
before,
Build
actually.
battle. Build battle and record it.
Oh, win Bill battle.
Yeah, win, build battle, record it, audio and everything.
Oh.
I think I already have it on like one of my oldest videos on YouTube.
Well, then just do it again, bro.
No, I'm lazy to because I don't like doing
We
build
have
battle. I like
animation
doing guess
stuff.
the build
We
though.
have animation stuff to do. Do you think we have time to play Bill battle?
What?
We animate all day. Do you think we have time? What?
This is a podcast. We can't do.
But Jack, it's a Saturday. Take a break. Relax.
I'll
But
take a
isn't the
break.
weekend, like, the
I've
only
taken a
time you
break
actually get to
already
do
for the
anything?
podcast. If you think
What?
about it.
But the podcast is not a break. It's something content based, and then that doesn't mean you're taking a break.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it for the content. And content means work.
Small criticism on the podcast. Maybe prepare a slideshow of renders, or maybe even show some well-animated clips from your favorite animations you made yourself, so that it's not one solid image. I mean, we could do that.
Just play the whole way back home animation.
Play Diamond Creeper.
Memes. Just
So that we can get the point across that our
The
podcast is
mystery
cringe. I mean, but yeah, I what we could do is just like compile a bunch of our renders together and have like a slideshow for the podcast. We could definitely do that. So yeah,
Hey,
next
wait,
podcast.
just-
Remind me next
wait.
time when we do a podcast. Remind me next time to set up that.
to set up what?
To set up like a collection of renders, like.
Oh yeah. I'll
the-
send you in a whole bunch of random like. Oh wait, maybe that can be like kind
I
of where
should
we
just,
show
like-
progress
I
and
could
stuff
just put
as
all my
well.
ship renders up there.
Maybe it can.
Yeah, I'm
also
just
be,
gonna like
where we show
casually put
progress
like
for stuff as
a
well.
like a really stupid render that I made a while ago. There.
Remember when you
Yeah,
guys
just-
said that you were gonna end the podcast? No. When did we ever say we were gonna end the
Oh,
podcast?
when did we say that?
When,
When did we say
bro?
that? Okay.
Just when did we say that?
Oh, wait.
When did we say that? I
Code
don't
word-
exactly remember.
How about code word is Johnny Johnny?
We just say it just now, right?
I mean,
Guys, can the
could.
code word be Johnny Johnny?
Yeah, right.
Okay, I need to like. I'm gonna check on Andy's Discord and see if he's posted any updates. Like, I don't know how far ahead of me he is. I'm kind of.
You don't need to worry about that.
Are you going on a race?
you
Kind of.
Y'all are still talking.
But then-
Technically, yes, but then no. But then yes. No matter what is this?
I
9
don't-
dislikes. Nitro, stop.
Nitros, I have no idea why we get so many dislikes for this one podcast. It's probably because of the
Because
cringe.
I think it's
Because
because
it has criticism in the name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
criticism.
criticism.
Just make the absolute worst renders possibly specific.
I have a
Yeah,
few
sorry,
options.
but-
I have a few contenders. I didn't make this one, but I have a contender. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
no.
Let me send it in the
No,
chat.
Jack. What are you going to send?
I,
This is what we've
we
gotta-
can put this.
Jack. I'm just gonna like copy the link and then put it in the stream chat so that.
Oh
everyone
yeah,
gets
yeah.
what
Do that.
Jack
Like put it in
means.
the.
Excuse me.
Yeah, click on that and then
Click on that link that Claire sent
Something.
and be blessed. But yeah. Also, yeah. Thank you for telling us, Titanium Cyclone. We are close to 100 subscribers on ISA.
We are?
Yeah, we're about we're 3 subs away.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
carrying
really-
you guys, by the way. I'm carrying.
I mean,
you.
you're not wrong. If you guys continue these podcasts, will there be various other people as special guests? Absolutely. We definitely will try to have more guests if you're on the
Yes.
podcast. Like,
Special guests
I
are
think
nice.
I
Yeah.
think next week I might try to get Red the Animator onto the podcast. That could be fun.
Maybe
He's
I'm gonna
really
try to get
awesome to talk
someone. Maybe I'm gonna get like someone like.
You know a lot of
Else
people,
is-
Claire, as well, so you could definitely have a good person to invite.
Yeah. I'm gonna like bring in.
Can I still?
Thing, but he has other stream studio as well,
still be in
so.
the next podcast.
Huh? Red?
Can I still be in the next podcast?
Yeah,
sure.
we can definitely
Sure.
have you on the next podcast.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Because, I mean, depending on the topic of every podcast, I can talk about so much things.
Mhm.
But for this for this topic, like for the first episode, I just don't talk that much because animation sins and criticism, I have nothing to like talk about. But if it's something else,
Yeah, to be honest, the topic we chose was kind of, something we all were really,
Yeah, I
prepared
was
for.
just
We
kind of
still
like,
tried,
oh,
though.
okay,
We
we're
still
talking about
got a
this.
conversation across, though.
Yeah.
Next topic, pets.
Next topic, we're gonna talk about like a freaking I don't know, maybe
We're going to talk about why Baby Metal is the best music artist in existence.
Oh, you really like Baby Metal now?
Yeah, I actually unironically like Baby Metal.
Oh God.
I know
This,
it's kind of embarrassing for me to say, but I'm like, yo, I don't give a darn. Compared to all the random modern music that's out today, no offense to K-pop, K-pop actually sounds okay. Compared to all the other modern music that exists out there, I'm not embarrassed to say it, because, let's be honest, modern music is kind of eh.
Yeah.
Aside from K-pop.
Nah.
Aside from, like, K-pop and, like, some other good modern artists, there are those bright spots.
I think you're just saying that because I'm here, right?
Partially.
Partially.
Kind of. I'm not trying to say anything.
I, for one, like, I haven't really listened to K-pop other than, like, the stuff that
But I
you
will
guys...
say, though, Way Back Home is a good song.
Way Back Home is
I'm
pretty
saying
much one
this
of
with
the golden gems in the K-pop world, really. So.
Titanium Cyclone wants to be a guest as well. We could have him. He would be fun to talk with.
Yeah.
So.
Of course,
Yeah,
you
being
don't
in
have to
being
depend
in
on
podcast sometimes it's like but then at the same time it's kind of talk about.
So as far as the podcast goes, I think we should have this rule from now on. Like, whenever we have a podcast, we should limit the number of people in the call to like 6 people or something. Maybe not have it really high, because we don't want to
Probably
bring
limit
in
it to
too many
5,
people in the
actually.
call.
Probably limit it to like 5, like maybe one special guest throughout the entire thing, and then maybe just like one kind of special
Pop-up
special guest.
cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one like kind of pop-up guest for just someone who knows more on the topic that we're talking about.
Sharpblade saying stuff like he's reminded of the time we were at school at a pep rally and they just put on modern rap songs, and he's just like, why can't we play K-pop so we don't have to censor songs?
Yeah, we don't need to censor K-pop songs because
You don't need
they
to censor
actually.
K-pop. They could be saying the most ridiculous
then
crap ever, but it would still sound good because it's Korean. So
But
we
then
don't even have to worry about
somebody from
censoring.
that
So
area-
basically, what they say about K-pop, the law of censorship is strict than in the US.
Yeah.
So basically, any song that has swear words or very suggestive choreography, there will not be broadcasted out in TV stations.
Oh, I did not know that. Oh, I mean, that's just TV in general.
Or they're
Not basically they won't be able to perform it anywhere. It's gonna be like in an album and that's it.
There are actually lots of songs that that are listenable and stuff like that that don't have anything like that in
I
our
remember, like,
Yeah.
my high school, when we have a pep rally, we actually play the good stuff. Like, we play old rock, we play some... Like, we had this part where we were introducing the chord for the homecoming, where, like... And they were playing really good songs. Like, they played Senorita, if you know what that song is.
Oh.
And then they
Yeah,
played Love is an Open
hear-
Door. And
I
some
hear
other
old
really good
rock,
songs.
I think I took it and threw it on the ground. What, you think I'm stupid? That's not my dad. That's a cell phone.
Okay, so since they won't...
Sorry.
Anywho. I don't think we should accept noodle plays on here. Not trying to target her in particular, but it's... we're
Kind of serious, but then we might have her in the podcast or maybe
In the
the next
future,
one.
it really just depends on like the.
It just depends on what we're gonna invite and our
Yeah,
own.
because
yeah.
we do choose the guests that join. It's not...
I mean, like we could
100%.
probably like all of a sudden we might if like sudden like top crowd or something.
Yeah. How
I would
long
just
have
like-
we been going? We've been going for an hour and a half. I think...
Make it 2 hours.
You actually want to hit 2 hours?
No.
Sure, I mean, like, if you
What?
want to. Usually podcasts last 2 hours. Yeah, podcasts usually last 2 hours or something like that, right?
I mean, true.
I don't know.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, like, there's also podcasts that last 5 hours. Guys, Come
True.
on.
There are some really long podcasts. You know, to be honest, I actually would like to have a
Have you
podcast
guys
to play
ever
in the
heard, like,
background sometime
podcasts
while
that
I'm
are just-
working because I actually like having like background noise while I work.
Did any of you guys see like the Stampy and Squid podcasts that they used to do?
I did not know that Stampy did a podcast.
I watched like every single one of them. They were so funny.
God, my
It was just
microphone.
them playing on a survival world, but just talking like it was a podcast.
Huh. That sounds
So-
like a good
Yeah,
idea.
basically Minecraft gameplay, but only all
Interesting.
right.
What?
It's only basically Minecraft gameplay, but only audio.
Well, yeah, but they actually were playing at the same time, but they were just kind of talking like it was just a normal podcast.
Yeah.
So those
I'm
were
right
kind of
now
interesting.
currently trying to scroll through Reddit or just any random websites to see if I could find any content for us to talk about. Just at random.
Hmm.
You can talk about my
Yes,
various
the
theories.
floor is made out of floor.
Yes, the floor is made to the floor.
That's
Made
the
out
weird
of floor.
voice. Oh yeah.
I haven't had breakfast, by the way. So, dude, when the started, I have to 5, but then
never
I
have
wake up
breakfast.
10 minutes before the podcast starts, and
Or
then
lunch.
and I just see Candy spamming my DMs. And then-
Jack said, "Hey, we need to spam Claire to wake her up." And I was like, "Do I need to help?" And he's like, "Yes." And so that's what I
And
accomplished
then
my
we
mission.
actually did.
accomplished my mission.
Like, okay, so what my schedule went for the last 12 hours? Not exactly 12 hours, 9 hours actually. 10 p.m. I turn off my laptop, and then 30 minutes later I turn out again to do work because my friends are pretty stupid, and not you guys, but my schoolmates. And then get off Discord again, and then get back on again because of the meeting. And then the meeting went on until like 2 a.m. And then I only have 2 hours to sleep, 2 or 3 hours to sleep until like 5. But then like I wake up like 5:55 or something, and then I'm just like, oh my god, no, I'm gonna miss it. And then I just woke up, and then here I am. I don't have breakfast yet. I only drink like a cup of water before the podcast starts.
Anyway, like, as someone who doesn't like eating breakfast, here's something that I find. You eat leftover pizza. Just make some pizza for dinner, eat that, put some leftovers in the refrigerator, and then in the morning just quickly run to the fridge, grab a slice, eat it, and then you're good to go.
Sadly,
Hey,
I
guys.
had McDonald's for dinner.
Oh, that's cool.
Then just shove it in the fridge.
Just shoved a
Can
burger
put
in
McDonald's in the
fridge.
fridge.
I have something to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that Player's trailer called A Heist with Markiplier?
Oh, that one? The new YouTube original?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I actually need to watch that.
Like add to it. I was like, wait a minute, those guys look kind of familiar.
Happy comments red blue once again comes out of the shadows. Yes, he strikes when we're not looking.
I am an infiltrator who schemes to
How do you think he
destroy
got into this
Armstrong and
podcast?
replace it with the Talon Empire. Yes, bow down to me, slaves.
He
will
snuck
be
into our podcast without us knowing. That's how we got in, but we just went with it.
Yeah. Wait, you should just like change the background to just kind of red, just like.
Yeah, we
just
should
the
have like an
background.
April Fool's where like the background just changes and like Red Blue is the only person that talks for like 5 minutes and then it just goes back to the rest of us.
We've been hacked. Red Blue, he took over.
Yes.
That
Yes,
would actually
I
be
have- Yes. Indeed.
That actually be kind
Bow
of interesting,
down
like some
You
sort of glitch thing where like we're just like happily recording a podcast and all of a sudden it glitches out and there's only like one just like red blue just there. This is just like I don't know.
Just make the background like just Red Blue T posing like that one blue girl.
No. Like, oh, the podcast
Corkscrew
is
of
glitches.
doom.
And it shows me in my own throne as like, take over. Get ready.
And then just shows up like him T posing like that one Redmond's belly.
Yeah.
Oi. No.
Yes. It's assert dominance. Come on, man.
I spread dominance in a different way, the hard way. We send in our armies into your lands and destroy you.
Oh
Or-
man, that
Uh-oh.
doesn't sound like
Well,
fun.
yo, Sharpblade did it again. Sharpblade, you're gonna keep pulling out all our quotes, and I love it.
Oh my god, he's back at it again? Oh no. Just make it back.
Spread dominance. We will take over. So, yeah.
Okay, guys, I want to give you a pro tip if you're streaming DDLC. Like, be prepared for a Monica parody account. They exist.
What are you talking about?
Like, there was this one time where I streamed DDLC mods, and like this Monica account came on, like, and tried to act like she was Monica. I'm not even kidding.
Oh yeah.
It happens quite a bit.
Just Monica.
And I like to roll with it, and my immediate reaction is to roll with it, because I just try to find comedy out of it.
Yeah, Jack.
Role
I
play.
did encounter Monica. Jack.
Yes.
Yes, I did encounter Monica before us met. Yeah, so I was just streaming DDLC, and then oh wait, Monica's in the stream chat. I was like, oh hey there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've actually never streamed.
So
before.
I haven't encountered.
I didn't know. I need to figure out the stream.
That's really interesting to
Which
find
leads
out.
to sometimes the parody counts are fun, and sometimes the parody counts leads to weird conversations, like saying some of the girls are lesbian.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even kidding. That's how far down it gets.
That's real. Mm.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
that's
it's up to their fantasy and stuff, but
yeah, but that's a bit much.
yeah, sometimes people kind of get uncomfortable with how far they will go. Not saying that LGBT is like not allowed, but at the same time, there are still some people who are still kind of like trying to adjust with it,
Yeah.
with how the society is at the moment.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Please take some time
Yeah.
and take it slow.
Yeah. Half-Baked
Yeah.
Animations asks, what has ISA been up to? Claire's been doing K-pop, I've been doing weep stuff, and Candy's been doing a series. That's how to sum it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the assistant animators, we just make them our slaves.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
getting more, yeah, we've been getting more assistant animators. Like, we actually have been giving them work. Like, for the past few months, with the exception of Claire for those couple of scenes and Way Back Home, we haven't really given our assistant animators anything to do. But
Just because
That-
we're like, okay, we're good.
because we're like, we have nothing to give you guys. We're sorry.
I'm sorry.
But
I'm
today,
sorry,
but it's changed. It's changed. We've given
It
them
has
stuff to do.
changed.
Yes, Jack is
And
being
unfortunately,
very lazy.
Unfortunately, most of the majority has also left ISA, such as Super Blue and Weird, and me, of course.
Yeah,
So-
we've been
Yeah.
trying to adjust.
We've been trying to adjust with how everything is going through at the moment, but we're still going strong because we're cool.
Yeah.
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 Well, I'm
It's
cool.
still
We're
fine.
cool.
It's still
I'm
fine.
cool.
We're still fine.
The
Well,
more everybody
Because I
just
wish I could
be-
join back, So yeah.
Sharpplay did another quote, and it's better.
Oh no. No.
Look.
Where else am I gonna get this coat? Jeez. Sure.
No, no, please don't.
All right.
Oh wait, I don't have Candy as my moderator.
What?
Yeah. Wait, Candy, I have you joined my Discord server actually?
Yeah, I'm on the Discord server. I'm
Nanny?
on like all y'all server.
Oh wait, your name is a dog. That's
Yeah.
there you go, moderator. You're god now.
Yay. Yeah, I'm like on almost everybody's server, but just not really doing anything. Just kind of
Oh,
looking
you
at
want to see these memes? If you're talking about the quotes, that's happening in Claire's Discord server, where there's like a channel with the quotes there, and Sharplay's just taking the quotes and just putting them there.
Yeah. Go check on ISA Discord server and check the channel art Discord so that you can see
Oh, wait,
mine.
did-
And
didn't
join
we-
that
didn't we-
one and
didn't we-
don't do
didn't we-
anything else.
Oh yeah, you guys need to join my things because I have
No, no, no,
Wow.
no, no. Don't join their things. Join my thing.
no, but
Wow,
mine is
Claire,
like
I
specifically
never
for
knew
my
you're so
You're
arrogant.
trying to.
You're so arrogant,
Advertisement
Claire.
time.
I'm joking. Please join their Discord, and they're really nice people.
Yeah, my
But
one
I'm still
has stuff
nicer. I mean,
designed.
like I'm thinking.
You mean
What?
what? You what, mate?
You're so you're so arrogant.
Oh my. Shut please. What the heck, bro?
Nerds.
Alright, we gotta push for like. We gotta push for like 10 more minutes and then we'll hit 2 hours.
Yay!
Oh, no.
What are we going to do with those 10 minutes?
I guess talk about what we're doing right now.
We could talk about literally
yes.
anything. I'm trying to think of something really random to talk about.
I guess we can talk about the Opera series I'm doing. Or what?
Let me.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Random question before
Tell us
Red Bull
about the
starts.
magical land of Aperia. I mean,
which
opera.
which type is
Aperia.
which type is better? Tsunderes, kuderes, or yanderes?
None.
Andres. Andres.
So you want like people to kill you for love? Okay.
Kill other people for love, that is.
What is this?
Yeah. I mean, like Kudere is probably the most normal one.
Probably.
Wait, what is this off of? I was just going off of the sound of it.
Yandere is basically a trope in anime where the girl is mentally deranged and is willing to do anything to achieve what she wants, which usually involves grabbing the attention of her love interest. A kudere is an anime trope where the girl is very quiet, not like shy, but like quiet. But really, is also very serious and and really wants the attention of a person,
So
but doesn't want to say it
Doki
explicitly.
Doki team?
Not really. If you're thinking of Natsuki's more of a tsundere.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but just like just you know, it's possible that they basically just took all the anime tropes and into that game.
They kind of did, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like DDLC in general, aside from Monica, the three girls are supposed to represent generic anime tropes, kind of as a satire almost.
Yeah. That makes sense. It's everything's anime. And I don't play any games other than Minecraft, so I'm uncultured. And I have played Roblox.
Did any of you guys watch FNAF the musical from Random Encounters? Yeah, I've watched it a couple times.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. It's fun to watch.
It's probably the first Random Encounters video I watched.
I actually just watched FNAF the musical about a week or so ago for the first time, and I was like, wow, this is actually really cool.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. It has a nice charm to it.
Yeah, it's funny how it was shown from the more puppets' point of view.
Hey, Claire,
really
Claire, can you explain something in the quotes on your server? Can you explain something?
Oh no, what is this?
Can you explain something? Also, how's it going,
legs.
Can you
Really?
Can you clarify something for me?
Clarify something, Claire.
Okay, cool. So basically, this is like, so me and Anna were talking, and then we're talking about this one character from Persona. I forgot though.
Mhm.
Persona 3 or Persona 5, and then he decides to show out one character that has really nice legs, and then he's like, and then I'm like, will she make me feel gay? And then he just showed the legs, and then they're like, oh man.
Yeah. I thought that was a completely different context. Because I thought that was a different context where like you were talking about your attraction to legs, and I thought I could just send you a picture of him. I could. All right, I'll shut up.
Legs.
I could make a good impression. I could like see a good impression of things by seeing their body proportions, and then one the legs actually is actually kind of like a prominent thing besides the Oh my gosh.
This is what happens with
Oh,
these podcasts, and I love it.
yeah.
It's fun. It's just our way to like just talk about random stuff and just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
By the way, what I've been thinking about to bring up actually is that
Oh.
if I'm if maybe like make it right, it's actually not really K-pop. It's not K-pop.
hey guys, go into the Claire server quotes again.
Oh no, what is this
What?
again?
What?
Stop!
Candy! What? What? Oh
Context.
my gosh. Wait. Sharply! Sharply! Oh my gosh!
Context
Sure,
is
boy.
this, everyone.
Also, Trey. Yeah, we were talking about animation sins earlier in the podcast, but as expected, we went off on a tangent and just started talking about random stuff.
Like pretty much everything.
Yeah, we talk about pretty much everything except the fact that
Except
Jack
what
was,
except what Sharpblade literally just said in quotes.
raised.
Like I'm confused.
I'm like, there's some type of videos where like we're getting a pregnant Elsa getting the baby out.
Will you please not? We're
Guys,
we're not just gonna get demonetized. We're gonna get freaking blocked.
Deadpool and Elsa got married, and then they have kids.
So
Wait, not Deadpool, Spider-Man.
This is like. Do not remind me of that trend on YouTube. That trend must die.
Yeah, it used to trend a lot, like
That
everywhere.
trend must stay dead for all eternity.
Well, like, we're bringing up again. We're still a small channel, so it doesn't do much. But when we became a large channel, and then someone decides to watch this podcast, we're gonna make it. Turn back.
You know, I thought we were gonna, I was gonna talk about my series.
Oh, sure.
yeah, we can still do that.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, I don't even know where to begin, but I guess I'll just say this. So, what is Operia? Operia is an upcoming Minecraft original series that I'll be putting on my channel. It was once originally going to be put on Iron Scrolls, but since I left, I cannot, so it'll be on my channel. And I feel like it would be better to put it on my channel more because, yeah, hometown turf, I guess. Home stage advantage, whatever that is. Anyways, yeah, put it on my own way. Anyways, so the story, a group of colonists called the Talons from the Talon Empire, which that empire has been expanding and been very powerful for years, explored a new planet known as Operia, where it's stated to have lots of deposits of creative material, a mystic material source, and other land formations. And there they have met ISA, which includes Jack, Claire, and Candy, and other former ISA members as well.
Ew, I'm gonna be.
Oh.
Yes, but then because of the viewpoints the Talons have to ISA, some of the Talons became jealous. So some of them have formed an organization called a Dominion, where they will threaten to destroy ISA because of how and try to gain dominance over them. The Talons did not like that way, and they felt responsible. So they have to form. So in this, they form up a military. I mean, they do have a military, but they must start a war on planet Operia to stop the Dominion from taking over. There's more to the story, but I just don't want to mess up while I talk.
Yeah.
Do I die?
I don't know. I haven't done scripting
I
yet.
die in my own series. Do I die in that one?
I don't think you should not be. As I don't want to spoil anything.
I'm just
So, but as far as I planned, only fictional characters will die.
Oh,
Okay.
So yeah, yes, there will be fictional characters in it, part of this, part of the Opera series, and
Noodle, I have a
that's
question for you. How does the Operia series sound familiar to you? I'm curious.
what do you mean
World War
familiar?
But what if they're down on the
Revolution.
inside? I mean, that's just every day for ISA. That's just accepted that it happens. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind
Yeah.
of used to that. It's not new.
Anyways, me, Red Blue 115, or Commander Red Blue 115, who leads the Talon Empire Army, has also set up a task force known as Onyx Company, where I'll be recruiting some of the best people around, such as you guys, into this task force to fight the Dominion, which they're deemed to be very powerful.
Oh yeah.
Sounds very
And
interesting.
Are there gonna be dragons?
uh, maybe, I don't know. So I'll just say this: inspirations in making this series are just a ton of video games I play, such as Gears of War, Command and Conquer, Star Fox, Boom Beach. Some of them may seem relevant or irrelevant, but if I just wrap all those games together that I played, it'll become something else, which is a cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Uh-huh.
so what am I doing right now? Nobody asked, but I'm just gonna say, what am I doing right now? I'm actually rigging some stuff and doing some models for the series. I've done a decent amount of models and rigs for the series, although I have not made enough skins yet, which I'll be continuing to do. I also plan on the Opera series to have 3 volumes. Instead of seasons, there will be volumes.
Wow.
Volumes that would coincide the entire story. And since the Opera series will also take place in the Birds 115 universe, which is a universe I have owned for many years, it's just the Opera series is just like a successor to the universe since it takes place in that. And other stuff that will be in the Opera series will be like different creature races and other fictional characters as
Mm-hmm.
well. Both the Talons and Onyx Company and the Dominion.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And another interesting thing about the Opera series is that I'm taking like most of my ideas into a Minecraft world, and doing that, it'll break the rules, which is going to be cool. For instance, like
Yeah.
I plan on having the husks. Those desert zombies husks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the desert zombie husks will be part of the Dominion because of lab experiments. They'll turn into orcs. That's one example of breaking the rules of Minecraft.
Uh-huh.
So
Interesting.
yeah, that's just a part of actual
Interesting.
animation, just breaking the rules. Like
Another,
even just having elbows bending, boom, you just broke the.
well, in a creative way. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. Somebody ping me.
So, yeah. I'm
Hang,
going to
hang
say
on.
this. I'm going to say this right now. We have hit the 2 hour mark for the podcast.
Yay!
Oh no!
We've done it. I
And
think. I actually think we need to wrap it up soon because I kind of
Well,
actually really want
wait?
to
Can I?
get back to it. I mean, you can
Well,
Yeah.
finish Red Blue, but
Can I? Yeah. So to wrap it up, yeah, Opera series will be coming. Hopefully, I might do a trailer of it either in November or December. But I probably guarantee that the Opera series might come next year, which is 2020, because of the lack of time I have, the schoolwork I have, I can't keep. So yeah, expect Opera to come around next year.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, also PSA, make it right. The reason why it labeled as 2020 for the release date, because yeah, school is a thing for me, and also I'm on my last year of high school, so I have to focus on graduating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a
That's a
senior.
thing.
I'm a
As soon
senior
as
too.
it becomes summer break, we'll all just be like video, 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 video.
Just like yeet, 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 yeet.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
The
we
2020
may
mark,
be kind of
it,
morbid right
it
now,
won't be
but
really, I won't be really sure on when, but it's going to come on 2020. Maybe around like January or to March, or maybe at the summer because exams are really stupid because they start in February.
Is it right if I give just like a really quick synopsis of my thing as well? Not like the actual story, but more like the world it's in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In Remnants of the Rebellion, it is like a modern times, like just like about a year or two in the future set, and so there's going to be a lot of that kind of theme, and it's mostly going to take place in this single city, but they just keep on going from place to place in the city, and there's going to be a lot of kind of sci-fi kind of having to do with it as well because I like sci-fi. And also lately I've kind of figured out into the plot that this is in a way a background story of the inspiration for the books. So yeah, like kind of books and stuff. So that's kind of what it's turned into. It's just getting bigger, boys.
Yep.
Yep. And then what about you, Jack?
I'm just
Yeah.
animating music video stuff right now.
Okay.
As far as like original stuff, I was working on a script for Mika, but then I put it to the side to work on Doki Doki Forever. But like, yeah, I'm debating whether to continue doing music videos after Doki Doki Forever or go back to Mika. I think at this point, it will be determined by how well Doki Doki Forever does.
Mm-hmm.
If it's well accepted and people really like it, then I'll do more music videos because I actually have a lot of ideas for really good music videos. But like, if that doesn't do well, I will try to do like story-based stuff, but it probably will be like shorts. It probably won't be like big series.
Okay.
Because like I've noticed that series for me, I can't really do it at this point.
Yeah.
Because that's just me.
It is a bit to like, work on a series.
It is a lot of work to pull a series together.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a really huge work.
Yeah, which is why I plan ahead. So yeah, and just focus on making the props or whatever's easier first.
Yeah. Easy stuff first, and then the hard one taken care of, and then you get a series. Yay!
Yay.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
by the way, I'm gonna need to start like finishing my script up for like episode 2 because I'm gonna need to get that into making. So far, I've just been working on like a proper.
Okay, so can we just wrap this up because
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
We've been doing it for 2 hours. Okay, so what should be the catchphrase people say in the comments, knowing that
Oh,
they need to be
I kind of said about like a long time ago. Said
Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny.
Okay, if you have been through the entire podcast, comment below Johnny. Okay?
In the comment section, by the way, not the stream chat.
Yeah, not the stream chat because it won't really be archived. It'll probably be gone in like a long time.
Someone's already saying that.
So yeah.
Johnny.
Thank you so much
Johnny,
for coming to our first podcast where we talked about everything. And
Yeah,
where we talked about everything and stayed
Johnny.
focused on nothing.
Johnny.
Oh my god.
Johnny,
I need to stop the
Johnny.
stream before this gets worse. Okay, I'm going to end this epidemic right now. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Johnny.